Now what is the difference between animal magnetism and what? And magnetism, human, and vibrations. It's very simple. I don't understand how Sahaja Yogis don't know. Animal magnetism acts without the awareness of the animals. But when human magnetism is awakened, it acts according to the awareness of the man. I don't know driving, but I know the roads. I know the right and left, that's all. There are only two turns. Whether it is north or south, you can find out even if there is no sun. North or south you can find out even if there is no sun. Now in an animal, it has the magnet which just acts, there's a medical terminology for it, as a reflex. But when it is awakened in the human beings, it comes into the awareness. This is what it is, that the spirit comes into your awareness. You can have a report through the spirit. It comes in your central nervous system that you can feel it. The difference is the same as a human being who is a driver knows where to turn the wheel. And the car is not aware, it just turns the wheel. Alright? What is it that working? Is the magnet. Even if you are the steel, it will attract. But if you are a magnet, then it will attract in such a way that it will never leave this magnet. So for yoga it is important that you fix up your magnets of Sri Ganesha, who is the childlike personality. A child, there's one child, everybody is attracted towards the child. One child gets stuck up somewhere in the air. Whether you are a Russian, American or an Arab, everybody would be worried about the child, what's happening to the child. They will not think it's an Arab child or an American child, no. Unless until it's a devil. Why this attraction for children? Because their magnets are intact. Their ego has not yet developed. Our ego had to develop because we had to decide in our own freedom what is right and what is wrong. So the ego developed was all right. Up to a point we should have developed our ego. But we overdeveloped it. And overdeveloped it. Overlapped the superego also. No conditioning. Nothing. We'll do whatever we like. Today we are wearing a half pant, tomorrow we'll wear a long pant, all right? Then we'll cut our hair or we'll do this, we'll do that. No conditioning of any kind. All superego was also covered. Ego. This ego would have been all right if you had kept your Ganesh Tattva. And what is that? Is the wisdom power of Ganesha. And another point is that how much magnetism you have. So you reverse back to yourself. The magnetism is a magic of a person. A person is magnetic because he has certain magic. Now this magic comes from your own personality. From your own personality. So the basis of magnetism on the left hand side starts, and that basis is Sri Ganesh. Sri Ganesh is the basis of that magnetism. So your innocence. Innocence is the best way to have that magnetism. Magnetism you cannot express in material way. It's not a material stuff. But it is something abstract. Comes from your
quality of Ganesha, Sri Ganesha. Such a person is magnetic. Magnetic means that such a person attracts another person because of the weight of the person, because of the quality of the person. Such a person attracts, but does not attract for lust, greed and nonsensical things, but attracts another person because of the fragrance of love in this another person. Now it is always confused, because it's such an abstract thing. So one must understand it in a very subtle way. What is this magnetism that one should have? You see, there are some gestures people use artificially, which normally they have been using just to attract other people, the way they walk, the way they dress, the way they live. All these things are of no use. It is something so inner, that fragrance is so inner, which must be done. But in Sahaja Yoga, I have seen people just don't bother about it, just don't bother. They think the way they have been living, the way they have been this, say if they are English, they are English. If they are French, they are French. If they are Indians, they are Indians. If they are from Kolhapur, they will be from Kolhapur. These ideas first must be curbed down, because the fragrance spreads everywhere, whether you are English or anything. So the fragrance of a person develops through, first of all, the Ganesha principle within it. Ganesha principle is to be first of all seen to. Now a Ganesha person is not a person who is absolutely remorse type, or a person who is such a gone case that even if you beat him up and make him into a complete mince thing, he will bear it. It's not that. It's not that. On the contrary, the quality of magnetism is such that it attracts you to a point where you are not disturbed. Now this is a very important point we should know. You see, if you have other love like carnal love and all other love you have, then that love you may attract the person, that person can destroy, and it destroys you, always. But this attraction does not destroy. It does not destroy. The attraction is up to that point that you are not destroyed, because you being much higher, much deeper and much weightier, you cannot be destroyed by a thing that whom you are attracting. Always a greater magnet attracts the smaller magnet. And that is what one should understand. This magic and this charismatic temperament of a person comes by, first of all, the Ganesha Tattva, innocence, and secondly, by complete dedication and devotion. Those who are completely dedicated and devoted to Mother, not to anything else, Ganesha Tattva again, not to your wife, not to your husband, not to your sister, not to your country, not to anyone but to Mother. Complete dedication gives you that charisma or that attraction. In Sahaja Yoga, such a person becomes really attractive, and such a person has a name. Now some people think that if you are Konadara, some people think that if you are a very passive person, and if anybody says anything to you and you don't mind, sort of a person, you are charismatic. It's not. People like you because they can dominate you. They like you because they can dominate you. Now, if you think that by your aggressiveness and by your shouting and by your screaming and these people, you will achieve that charismatic temperament, you cannot. You cannot achieve that either. So, how do you achieve it? By becoming more innocent. Now, how innocence develops in a person is by not thinking about it. So may God bless you all. I want you people to develop concentration of mind so that you rise above all other misidentifications and get identified with a pure spirit through your Mahalakshmi principle. May God